Okay, number one, let me address this New York Knicks team. The owner is more into hockey than basketball. All he's doing is putting a marketable product on the floor to keep the New York basketball faithful fans coming to the games. You know, the season ticket holders, the corporate ticket holders, the diehard fans from the 70s, 69 Knicks, the 70 Knicks, and the Patrick Ewing, Charles Oakley, Anthony Mason, John Starks era Knicks that been in the playoffs for like 10 years straight. And up until then, what we've had one first round playoff in years. And the system between the team president, Phil Jackson, and the coach that he's hired, Jeff Hornacek, and the assistant so-called defensive coach, Kirk Rambis. The system is supposedly on the offense, the triangle. So it's a three-point offensive attack up, get around one person hovering around the top of the key, and two people foul line extended, and then the other two players are interchangeable in the post area, lane extended. And the offense is too slow. There is very poor ball movement. It, Derrick Rose is doing the best he can. A lot of times he's driving to the basket and he's not really facilitating. A point guard's job is to facilitate and run the offense, to run the plays. The plays are pretty much, pick and pop, pass. Make sure the ball moves. Don't have it where it's one pass and shoot and nobody's rebounding. And on the defensive end, we are supposed to be set, and there's supposed to be constant communication between the forwards and the guards on, hey, this person's about to cut through here. Watch out, there's a screen. Nobody does that. There's a lot of reaching fouls because players let their man go past them. I could say that too. I mean, I play basketball, I play in a tournament, and people do that. I can sit there and say, hey, don't let that guy run past you. When by the time I say don't let that guy run past you, that's a guard and he's in the paint and he's attacking the forward and the center. So that means the point guard, the shooting guard, and the small guard didn't do their job because the perimeter threats against them are attacking the paint. And that's the problem with the Knicks. We don't have knockdown shooters. We don't have very well great perimeter defenders, and everything bogs down to the middle to our big men. Unfortunately, it happens. So this season's a wash. This season is very, you could say, trash. The only good thing about this season probably will be that we'll get a top draft pick and hopefully we'll get a point guard or a center. Porzingis is not a center. Gomez is not really much starting center, but that's all we have. And you can see we waste a lot of money on Noah. So I'm just telling you how I feel. This team is played very low according to expectations of the start of training camp. I've stopped watching Knicks games 4 months ago. The only thing I'll do is I'll look at the NBA channel, Optimum TV, channel 221, and see what they say, and I'll look at the NBA app on my phone. Other than that, I do not watch Knicks games. And I do feel that this Knicks team has fell very short of goals, aspirations. Porzingis is hurt every couple of games. Melo is shooting himself out the game. Rose drives the ball, or he doesn't facilitate that much. Our second team is playing hard and trying to get themselves to understand the offense, which is the triangle and Hornacek's weird offense. But I think technically we must improve on defensive play. I think our problem is the defensive end of the floor. Offense is offense. Anybody can score, but the job on the floor is if you can't stop your man from penetrating to the basket and scoring, you'll be losing every time because of the poor defense and the bad ball rotation on the offensive end. I'm sorry, but this is how I feel about the Knicks. The Knicks has been very disappointing. That's why I stopped watching them this season. And I guess with with one of the top 3 or 4 picks, and we'll have to make some moves over the summer. Hopefully, the Knicks will possibly make the playoffs next season. Maybe I'll start watching the games in the preseason. See what we got. See if there's some hope. See if there's some promise. This is just my little Nick rant that anytime you let the Nets beat you twice in 1 week, there's a problem. There's a coaching problem. There's a player communication problem on the floor. There's a team president problem. And there's an owner problem. There's no reason why an NBA team that is worth $3.3 billion cannot make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. The Knicks suck. I'm still a fan, but they suck. And whoever doesn't like it, too bad. This is the Smooth, and I'm out.